Many 1950s restaurants didn't fade away. Some were erased. These 10 restaurants fed this city. Gone. Shuttered. Erased. And in every case, someone made the call. And the 10th? It wasn't just a restaurant. Democracy faded when those doors locked shut. Let's get started. The year is 1950. Midtown Manhattan. You walk up to a wall of chrome and glass. Small doors. Behind each one, a meal. Drop your nickels. Turn the knob. Macaroni and cheese. Beef stew. A slice of pie. Horn Hardart calls it the Automat. 171 locations. 750,000 people served daily. Coffee pours from spigots. 90 million cups a year. The women who make change are called nickel throwers. Their hands turn black from the coins. Then the company makes a choice. They convert automats into Burger Kings, one by one. April 9th, 1991. The last automat. 42nd and 3rd. The doors close. No succession plan. No one fought to save what remained. The ritual of feeding coins to liberate your dinner? Erased by executives who saw real estate, not memory. The year is 1926. Times Square. A Jewish immigrant named William Black can't find work. Engineering degree from Columbia. Nobody will hire him. So he sells nuts from a stand on Broadway. The Depression hits. Nuts become a luxury. William pivots. Coffee and sandwiches. 5 cents for a cup and cream cheese on Dayton bread. By the 1950s, 80 locations. William hires African-American workers when almost no one else will. Jackie Robinson becomes vice president after retiring from baseball. March 7th, 1983. William Black passes away. The company sells to the Riese brothers. The counters closed through the 70s and 80s. The thousands who found dignity behind those counters. Scattered. The man who built it from a nut stand? Gone. His coffee still sells in cans, but the counters vanished. The year is 1921. Broadway and 49th. Leo Lindemann opens a Jewish deli. His wife Clara creates the recipes. The cheesecake becomes legend. Damon Runyon immortalizes it as Mindy's and Guys and Dolls. Mob boss Arnold Rothstein uses the corner as his office. Gets a phone call at Lindy's in 1928. Walks out. Never seen again. Milton Berle eats there nightly. Groucho Marx. The Broadway crowd's second home. The year is 1957. Leo passes away. Clara keeps it running. But she's tired. The year is 1969. Longchamp's Restaurants wants the building. The family sells. September 21st, 1969. Waiters serve final meals. The cheesecake recipe survives, typed on original Lindy stationery. But the room where Broadway came to eat? A McDonald's stands there now. The year is 1898. Frank Shattuck opens a candy store. His sister Jane adds lunch. Their idea: serve women. Most restaurants won't seat a woman alone. Schrafft's will. First chain to hire women as executives. By the 1950s, 50 locations. Hot fudge sundaes in metal tulip dishes. The year is 1967. Pet Incorporated buys the chain. They want to modernize. Then tragedy. September 20th, 1967. H. Morgan Shattuck, company president, passes away suddenly. Age 52. No successor. Locations start closing. By 1980, all gone. The chain that gave women a place at the table? Erased by men who didn't understand what they bought. 4 restaurants. 4 decisions. Horn Hardart chose Burger King. Black's heirs sold to Riese. Clara Lindemann accepted Longchamp's offer. Pet Incorporated watched Schrafft's fade away. These weren't accidents. These were choices. 6 more closures remain. And the biggest one served 1,000 people at once. The year is 1940. Times Square. Austrian immigrant Dario Toffenetti cuts a ribbon. He calls it the Cathedral of All Restaurants. 1,000 seats. 2 floors. Escalator between them. Open 24 hours. His menus are poetry. Potatoes. Gorgeous gems from ancient volcanoes. 8,500 customers daily. Toffenetti outbid Louis B. Mayer himself for the location. The year is 1962. Dario passes away. His son takes over. The year is 1968. Miller and Lefkowitz want the Globe Theater. Dario Jr. sells $3 million. The cathedral closes. Demolished by 1990. The poetry on the menu? Erased for a real estate deal. The year is 1913. 23rd and Broadway. Robert Neely and Orville Dickinson open a juice stand. Combine their names. Nedick's. The orange drink isn't fizzy, pulpy, sweet, addictive. Kids beg for it while shopping downtown. By 1927, 135 locations. Every subway station, every bus depot. The drink provides vitamin C to families who can't afford fresh fruit. It's 1934. Depression hits. Robert Neely loses control. Investors buy the company at auction. $48,000. New owners can't compete with national chains with national budgets. Early 1980s. The last Nedick's closes. The orange drink that sustained a city. Nobody remembers what it tasted like. The year is 1950. 3 in the morning. You push through the door of a Bickford's cafeteria. Fluorescent light. Steam tables. Smell of rice pudding and cigarette smoke. Cab drivers. Jazz musicians. Cops 3 stools from petty criminals. By 1960, 48 locations. 24 hours. Allen Ginsberg writes about it. The best minds of his generation sank all night in submarine light of Bickford's. Then the 70s came. Crime rises. People stopped going out after dark. 48 locations in 1960, 2 in 1980. Then in 1982, the last 2 close. The 3 a.m. democracy of insomniacs and outcasts erased. The city stopped staying up late. The year is 1889. Brothers Samuel and William Childs open a restaurant. Their idea, clean. White tiles on every wall. White uniforms on every waitress. Pancakes in the front window. They invent the cafeteria tray line in 1898. By 1925, 107 locations. William hires architect William Van Allen for the 5th Avenue location. Van Allen's next project? The Chrysler Building. Then, William makes a mistake. He's vegetarian. Tries to impose his preferences on the menu. Investors revolt. Force him out. Then, in 1961, the Riese Organization acquires the chain. The white-tiled temples fade through the 60s and 70s. The man who hired the Chrysler Building's architect? Pushed out by his own board. 8 closures. 8 decisions. Corporate boards. Family sales. Deaths without succession. 2 remain. One fed the garment district for 50 years. The other? You probably sat on its red vinyl stools as a kid. The year is 1931. 7th Avenue. Garment District. Brothers Benjamin and Max Dubrow open a cafeteria. Brisket. Kasha varnishks. Stuffed cabbage. The food their mothers made. It becomes headquarters for Jewish New York. Yiddish theater. Garment workers. Union organizers at back tables. 54 years. Dubrow's feeds the needle trades. Elderly men play cards at corner tables. Broadway stars stop by for late-night brisket. Man, the garment industry leaves. Factories move overseas. Then, in 1985, Dubrow's closes. The neighborhood it served had vanished first. The year is 1950. Any Woolworths in Manhattan. You find the counter. Red vinyl stools. They spin all the way around. Kids do it while waiting for grilled cheese. Tuna melts. Milkshakes thick enough to stand a spoon. The counter is democratic. Doormen sit next to doctors. The working-class mother bringing kids for ice cream sodas. The elderly regulars who know staff by name. Then Woolworth struggles. Discount chains start popping up. Stores close through the 80s and 90s. Then in 1997, the last Woolworth shutters. The counter where anyone could afford a seat? Where kids spun on red vinyl stools? Gone. So here's the truth. The 1950s didn't fade. They were erased. Horn and Hardart chose Burger King. Pet Incorporated let Schrafft die. Dario Jr. sold for $3 million. Clara Lindemann accepted the offer. Someone signed the papers. Someone chose the wrecking ball over memory. The question isn't whether New York will keep erasing its past. It will. The question is, what are we losing while nobody's paying attention? 10 legendary restaurants. 10 pieces of 1950s New York, erased by people who made choices. The counters where strangers became neighbors. The stools where kids spun while waiting for grilled cheese. Gone. Not forgotten. Question: what restaurant from your New York do you think will vanish next? Leave a comment. Do you like New York merch? Check out my designs inspired by my videos. Link in the comments. Like this video and subscribe for more vanished stories about New York. And if you think these restaurants vanished by accident, wait until you hear this next story.